Hello, how you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Evan here, and this is the Anonymous Republic Network. Now, when we read the newspaper, or watch TV, watch the news, or whatnot, or YouTube here, or if you read an article, whether it's news, sports, TV, whatever you call it, it's always some things that people want to know and want to share, Sometimes there's other individuals or other group of individuals that, no matter what kind of business you have, whether it's the mainstream media, if you work in, or if you're the small fry media individual, or the social media in general. Now, there are other platforms besides Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Now, there's platforms like CloutHub and MeWe and Minds and Gab and Tumblr and Getter or Parler or whatnot, And there's always that one information that people do a lot of research on. And there's a lot of small, independent groups that want to research a certain type of thing, whether it's medicine or science or mechanic or anything in general. Well, there are some information that where you have the media, big tech, big pharma, that don't really want to be shared because they don't want you to know. They don't want it to be shared. They want you to be kept in the dark, by the way. Now, I came across a couple of information here. And now one of them is here. Let me get my glasses here. Okay, so I can see better or read better. Well, this information I came across, and it's from the Agents of Truth, which were banned off of Twitter yesterday or 2 days ago. Apparently, there are 6 multiple jab doctors who have passed on recently as of today. According to internet users, since there were no other. Come on here. Apparently, there are 6 multiple jab doctors who have passed on recently as of today. According to the internet users, since there were no different than pushers or dealers of dangerous street drugs, about a useful tip by some such dealers that become famous and often seen in popular memes and jokes. Never dip into your own supply. And a tip for those out there trusting anyone with a medical degree and a white coat: stop blindly trusting all doctors, all scientists, and all those in the medical and pharmaceutical field. More often than not, they've just as brainwashed as the naive, ignorant masses. That means all these shipples here. Now, this is from the Gateway Pundit. Okay, the Gateway Pundit. 3 doctors from the same hospital die suddenly in the same week after hospital mandates forth COVID shot. This was a story done by Jim Hoft, published July 28th, 2022 at 6:55 p.m. Three physicians at Canada's Trillium Health Partners Mississauga hospital died unexpectedly in the same week. The cause of death for three doctors has yet to be announced. And news about the three deceased doctors was first shared by Monique in a post that went viral. According to Monique, a concerned nurse shared her a copy of a memo that was sent out by the hospital's management. According to the nurse, the three doctors died after the hospital started mandating the fourth COVID shot for their employees. Three physicians at the Mississauga hospital have died this week. The nurse told Monique, first memo Monday, second Tuesday the 3rd. The cause of death wasn't shared in the memo, but how many times have three doctors died in 1 week? Days after the hospital started administering the fourth shot to staff. This is in addition to get physicians who worked at New York General who died this week while outrunning. How many more coincidences will people expect? These shots need to be pulled, nurses concluded. This is weird. The Gateway Pundit previously reported that Dr. Paul Hannum, the chief of emergency medicine and program medical director at the New York General Hospital, NYGH, died unexpectedly on July 16th while out for a run, according to his colleagues. The three physicians who died the same week were Dr. Lauren Segal, July 17th, Dr. Stephen McKenzie, July 18th, and Dr. Jacob Sawicki, July 21st. The Gateway Pundit had reached out to Trillium Health Partners through their official Facebook page on July 24th for further deaths of all three doctors, but did not respond in the inquiry. The Gateway Pundit then contacted the hospital and spoke to Amit Shulton, the manager of media relations and service. Shulton told the Gateway Pundit that he cannot confirm their deaths due to personal reasons. On Wednesday, Trillium Health Partners finally released a statement and confirmed the death of all of the three physicians. It is with deep sadness that THP mourns the loss of three physicians who recently passed away, the hospital announced on Twitter. Dr. Jacob Sawicki, Dr. Stephen McKenzie, and Dr. Lawrence Gall were respected physicians who dedicated their lives to caring for the patients and the community, plus it added. The hospital claims that social media rumors that their deaths were related to the COVID-19 vaccination is simply not true. According to the memo, Dr. Lauren Gall joined Trillium Partners, Health Partners in 2007 in 2007 as a OTOLARYNGO. Okay, altering it's spelled OTOLARYNGOLOGIST in Credit Valley Hospital and served as division head of the otolaryngology. I can't say it, but it's OTOLARYNGOLOGY from 2016 to 2017 his generous contribution and support to Trillium Health Partners, the OTOLARYNGOLOGY services played a pivotal role in the success of our program. Of that program. A obituary posted online said Dr. Skull, 49, passed away on July 17th after a ridiculously unfair and hard-fought year-long battle with advanced lung cancer, Global News reported. Dr. Stephen Mackenzie died one day after Dr. Segal on July 18th when he died. Dr. Mackenzie joined Trillium Health Partners THP in '83 as a neurologist at Messigage Hospital. He was one of the department's founding members and was the source of stability as the program evolved. He was a strong interest in medical education and found great satisfaction to pass on his knowledge, his talent for teaching, and was invaluable and thought out. His career continued to make generous contributions to undergraduate and postgraduate medical education at THP and the University of Toronto. He memoed read. The reason for his death has not yet been determined. Dr. Jacob Sawicki died on July 21st, according to the memo. The reason for his death remains unknown at this time. Dr. Sawicki completed his training at the Credit Valley Family Medical Teaching until 2013 and has been a member of the surgery assistant team at Trillium Health Partners in 2014, memo read. According to the GoFundMe page set up, Dr. Sawicki's wife, Iris Sawicki, my husband, was diagnosed with stage 4 gastric cancer, senescent ring adenocarcinoma, which had spread throughout his gastric wall into his peritoneal cavity. Okay. Now, this information is really heavy, really heavy. I mean, this is really heavier. Now, this is from the Scientific American. Eating too much protein makes pee a problem pollutant in the United States. Protein-packed diets add excess nitrogen to the environment through urine, rivaling pollution from agricultural fertilizer. That was done on by Sasha Warren on July 27th, 2022. They're desperate to remove protein from our diet to weaken the population. Wow. That is really heavy. Really heavy. Really heavy. Now here's another one. It's a story. It's from Systematic Capillary Leak Syndrome (SCLS) after receiving BNT 162b2 mRNA COVID Pfizer BioNTech vaccine. whole experience was frightening for me. I thought I had a cold until I went to the hospital. It's true, I'm afraid of vaccination, but I was planning to get third dose of the COVID vaccine. Of course, will get the prophylaxis before vaccination. I'm happy that all doctors all over the world are learning from my case, and I hope all SCLS patients will not be mislabeled and will get adequate treatment. This is like really. I mean, again, this is really heavy. I mean, straight up heavy. Really heavy here. Now, I've been really now this is from the CTV News in Calgary. Deaths with unknown causes now Alberta's top killer province. This is from BioNTech. This is AION Tech. COVID injections contain potassium chloride, which is contraindicated for cardiac disorder. I mean, it's heart attack or heart problems. Canada, this is very dangerous language, especially as same government tyrants who push the injections. They falsely claim vaccines admit over and over that the vaccinations do not stop transmissions of claimed to be existing viruses, and it claims to be existing variants. Are they going to start pinning the deaths of those dying of the jab on those remaining unjabbed? Looks that way. Now Twitter, they have banned a truther page with a large following. Another Twitter account stated that it was due to tweet the link they provided talking about a certain software effects on a planning collapse of financial system. Okay, Conspiracy Bot was suspended because of the tweet about famous Jordan Peterson. Also, a sovereign looks like cleaning your own room first really can change your life better. This is an Oculin Labs interview.com interview, and a lot of information. 105 additional parts will be posted soon, and announced on the We Are Sovereign Telegram. Click on for part 2. Gideon answers questions about the financial reset and the social credit software that will be used, known as CSRQ-SM video of Gideon, have been posted here, and most of the story is posted here. Okay, this is the OculumLabs.com interview with Gideon. So I will let's see here. Conspiracy bot account has been suspended. So it looks like that again. You know, there's certain information that people want to get out there, so people can get the information that they could get, but it's just more suppression of this information. It's like having an idea suppressed by people that don't want this idea to be put out there or even thought of out there. But it had something to do with monkeypox, COVID-19, all that other stuff, and all that information. So conspiracy bot is being not able to do their test on any information. Now, Wikipedia changed the definition of recession to favor the Biden regime, then locks the page. Imagine that shit. The Biden administration and other governments have around the globe asking Twitter to remove content, unmask users, or snoop on confidential information at an alarming rate. This is from Disclose TV. Yeah, they are like really watching. AP Twitter warns Thursday that governments around the globe is asking the company to remove content or snoop on private details of users' accounts at an alarming rate. That's insane. Now this is from Fox 11. A mother sues LAUSD for bribing her child with a slice of pizza into getting the COVID injection without the family's permission. The school has forged its mother's signature on the form. The child was immediately injured and still suffering from the after the injections. How many kids got bribed and talking into getting these without their parents' knowledge and consent? Now, here's the question we all should ask. Okay. This is the question that we all need to ask. And well, the thing is, why are schools forging a parent's signature? Forgery is a crime. Forgery is a crime. And it's a crime. And honestly, I don't know how long this video is going to be up. I don't know. And my contact contacted me with some information that I want to hurry up and get through here. Now I'm going to call her the sister. The information she gave me is going to be a real weird one. Now, the sister told me, I have long email for you to share. I am banned on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and Twitter, and Instagram. You sent NWO file solution from memorized documents and in-person interviews with a Rothschild ruler of Canada in March of 1987. I expect this email will result in me in an assassination attempt upon me. Also possible that Dr. John Coleman, MI6, and Prime Minister Chrétien, I am going to spill all I learned from March 1987 high treason recruitment. I will now name people for treason. Agenda: New World Order. Who? Baron Rothschild and intermarried billionaire families with allegiance with the royal house of Sweden, Saudi Arabia, and Queen of England? Question mark. What? The populate planet of surplus, useless work class via war, man-made famines, man-made disease. When? 1914, 1918, Russia, using Jehovah's Witness assassins, major conflagration worldwide, and assassination. Where? Bilderberg Group and Committee of 300 and treasonous persons in federal bureaucracy in Canada, US, UK, France, and White House. Why? Ruling families insane by inbreeding megalomaniacs believe in not seeing survival of meanness and ruthless desire, a return to serfdoms worldwide. How? I will now relate in a full as a memorized during a 48-hour weekend with a member of the Rothschild family, self-importer, appointed ruler of Canada in March 1987. I was a guest while at Providence Debating Tournament in London, Ontario, Canada. I've been scouted and screened While age 16 in school, discreetly, RCMP vetted me for recruitment for MI6. I had penned a letter to Sir William Stevenson, a man called Intrepid, while a child genius in middle school. He and MI6 replied with a postcard showing Canadian Highlander soldiers marching in formation while inspiring me to join Army Cadets at age 16. I quickly distinguished myself as a natural leader and deep thinker with single-minded devotion and a serious mind. However, I also noticed a Rothschild agents under a pseudonym. He was a retired Western University professor. He was Pierre Trudeau's campaign manager, CEO of Liberal Party of Canada. He also in secret was running Canada for his Rothschild family. He explained his family rulership scheme as well as his films, his only moral justification for megalomania. Rich, powerful people become bored with mundane life and inevitably begin to see themselves as deserving of special superior status, generations of unchallenged power and incredible wealth, have created an inbreed preference for deviant behaviors, exemplified by Prince Philip, Jeffrey Epstein, and hundreds of pedophiles who visited his island. Human freedom and rights are considered radical, rebellious ideology in the opinion of ruling elite. Darwinism, Nazism plays freedom and rights. We are animals who need to be cold, controlled, docile, subservient. Freedom is chaos. Freedom is opposite of order and control. Freedom is anarchy. Such are slogans used by New World Order agents. In order to achieve global hegemony of a few ruling families, Adolf Hitler being used as a protagonist, he provided an example of how to enslave people using ideologies, and also had to fail. I use as reference Hollywood plot from The Winter Soldier. Hydra in the movie is paralleled for real life NWO Zionism. Nazis fail because of naked force, obvious fascism. People need to be lulled to sleep, and freedoms removed one by one. A world full of 9/11s, Saddam Hussein, ISIS, Ukrainian conflict allows ruling NWA agent to remove freedoms and rights from individuals, and giving governments more fascist powers. For example, 9/11 gave the U.S. a new Department of Homeland Security. A euphemism for the American Gestapo. His plan, as he described for me, was based for decades of success, using proven means, bribes, blackmail, extortion, and assassinations. A cabal of families who are intermarried for generations. Baron Rothschild's family has emerged as dominant. As I briefed you already, JWs were used as assassins, meaning Jehovah's Witnesses. Assassins to begin World War I, after predicting Baron Rothschild's banker B. Russell predicted World War I in 1884 for 1914. Ergo, assassins were Jehovah's Witnesses. Assassinating Tsar Nicholas II and heirs allowed the Bank of England, owned by Baron Rothschild, to bankrupt Russia and seize Tsar's enormous wealth, which was deposited in the Bank of England, disavowing communism, and have illegal tricks to be used in a single ruling of a single judge. Baron Rothschild become world's richest oligarch via reside of Tsar Nicholas and his heirs. Using Jehovah's Witnesses in World War I aftermath, his single bank network was able to finance really ruined nations and remove kings, queens, and monarchs who opposed the homogeny under Baron Rothschild's Jewish family in exile. Prejudice runs deep in the royal houses, especially concerning Jewish bankers who engage in reside. Regicide. Napoleon's campaign were also financed by Jewish bankers from Vienna, aka Rothschild bankers. American General Butler exposed the chicanery in his non-official book, All Wars Are Bankers' Rackets. Board game monopolies, first edition, allude an explanation of forward to games rules. Every game ends with the same. Bankers own 75% of the world's. One collaborator with bank becomes rich and others go bankrupt. We see how governments worldwide being bankrupt by central banks by owning a single ball and their called NWO. Such immense wealth has given bankers power than generals, presidents, and even kings and queens. As he explained to me, as it's far easier to enslave people using debt and bankruptcy than to use naked force to enslave people who resist. People allow a bank to evict using legal papers and will use violence to oppose police or soldiers to do the same. Mental slaves of the financial system in debt, usury, extortion, blackmail, bribes, kickbacks, assassinations. That is real heavy. Like, this is real heavy. Hierarchy of NWO is the followers. Number one, the Rothschild family is rulers of the world. In secret, all must bow and kiss the hands of the difference. Origin male family hierarchy-wise are useful slaves who use messengers. I was shown an album of the Polaroid pictures in which my host was seen sitting in the Oval Office with President Reagan, Pope kneeling, kissing his hand. The photograph of him wearing a crown of England, wearing scepter in right hand, throne of Westminster Abbey. The Queen was kneeling on floor, her head at his knees, his left hand on her head like she was his dog. Polaroids in '87 were not faked. Media 300 public and no media of the Bilderberg Conference, all world slaves. Sycophants are summoned and convened comparable to mainly a specter of the recent James Bond movie. Plans made advance homogeny and undermining social values, freedom, and human rights are global reset. Deep state individuals who are sexually deviant, therefore easily blackmailed, have been promoted to run federal entities in Canada, USA, UK, France, 3 nations with UN Security Council veto nuclear launch first strike off of Canada due to resources and demographic location. Deep state Canada and UK is followers. Prudent Council are also members. Federal Reserve Bank Executive CJOSC, which decides which cases are heard and rules. CI, CS, IS, MR5, MR6, civilian directors, BBC, CBC, CR commissioners, RCMP, Scotland Yard, both commander-in-chief, CEOs, and both political parties are involved. However, speakers of the House, prime ministers, presidents, only repeal only. President, politicians need as members as of conspiracy. All other politicos irrelevant. Elections are rigged easily using the following means. Public poll allows databases to be made and all persons who never voted. Such records are used to create false ballots in the name of legal persons. Low voter turnout favors regular elections. Credit scores ratings have replaced chains and whips for slavery. People who can afford a mortgage are denied due to low credit scores. A willful, diminuted program ensures workers serves remain landless, serves forever. designed by Rothschild bankers. Remember, I was personally recruited by a Rothschild in March of 1987. In 48 hours, he answered all questions while he was persuaded me to commit treason, joined him in a future member of the Committee of 300. He promised me Canada as Prime Minister if I joined, and a billionaire's daughter, and fortune of 110 million fund cash, as he said, power of enslaving the human race is the goal. Cabal of NWO, Zionism is a mean to an end. Kings need slaves after all. Religious and natural and fascist zealots make excellent slaves for oligarchs and ruling families who claim royal lineage in Israel and Europe and Saudi Arabia. Bribe and blackmails are used to enslave, to ensnare and enslave personage such as myself. So this goes on and on how, I mean, it's insane. Really insane. And sometimes there are information out there that are just, I mean, it's the kind of information that can be censored, removed, or whatever, and now there's a thing that's being really pushed. And it's the this LGBT gobbledygook nonsense that's being pushed on people, and it's being pushed heavily, like really, really heavily. So I don't know if this video will be up or not. I don't know. Because this information that I'm sharing with you guys can be pulled like that, man, you know, like that. And now the only way that this video can stay up is that, you know, I'm gonna leave. There's a lot that's being like not shared, not heard at all. You know, I don't know. Again, I do not know if this video will be up, but if it does, but I don't know how long it will be. Okay, so I don't know. This is completely heavy info. I don't know how long this video will be up. If it'll ever be allowed, I don't know. Just hope that it stays up so I can share it with everybody. You know, just kind of like, okay, here we go. This is going to be the thing here. You know, but it's a lot that's really heavy, really funky, man. And I don't know if this information will be heard, which I'm basically sharing this through, I'm reading to you guys, you know. But of course, YouTube will have that, will probably remove it and give me a strike. And the reason probably be, again, we think your content violated the misinformation policy. Now, to let you know, Agent of Truth, you can check them out on Telegram. You can also check out the Rebels Cantina also on Telegram. Because that's where I'm going to be posting, sharing it on Telegram, because of YouTube and Twitter and Facebook will probably completely remove it, saying it's misinformation, yada yada bullshit there and there. Just that it's, to them, it's about censoring and keeping you in the dark. Okay, this is some heavy stuff. Okay, heavy info. Okay, just insanely heavy. Alright, guys. Again, I'm Grandmaster Evan, and this has been the Anonymous Republic Network. If you're new to this channel, please share this video, subscribe, leave a like, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed.